Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today, playoffs week 1 of the LLL Draft League. My opponent for this game is going to be Toast. So now let's get into what their draft is. Okay, so here is Toast Probably's draft. First pick was Urshifu Single Strike. It's really strong, 130 attack, Wicked Blow, close combat, going to be very strong stabs. It's got stuff like Swords, Dance, Bulk Up. It's got good coverage too. And the always crit means that it's difficult to like use Iron Defense to beat it, right? It can use Sucker Punch too, or it could just go like Choiced with U-Turn. Overall, a pretty decently versatile offensive Pokemon. Got a decent speed tier too. I was actually gonna draft this Pokemon with Donwings for the like kind of type synergy. You know, they cover each other decently well. But of course, Toast sniped me, and I went with Cobalion instead. I've really liked Cobalion so far though, so I'm not that mad, and I didn't really get sniped of anything else. Next is Terapagos. So Terapagos is really good hazard control. It's a very consistent rapid spinner. It can also use Roar, and with that Terra Shell, it's very difficult to stop it from using phasing, right? And it also has things like Toxic, Stealth Rocks, just a generally nice utility Pokemon. However, it doesn't have to be a utility Pokemon. It can definitely go offensive. Starstorm is definitely a threatening move. 120 base power, no drawbacks. Calm Mind, Rock Polish, and with that Terra Shell, of course, going to let it set up pretty well. So it's definitely going to be a threat that I'll have to deal with. Garchomp, a fast Pokemon, also quite powerful offensively, and it's just really good. Rough Skin Rocky Helmet is definitely, it can get like a lot of damage against physical attackers, right? Swords Dance Scale Shot, very powerful, or just like a hazard setter. It does get spikes, it does get stealth rocks, and it doesn't have to invest much to do a lot of damage. So it could just be like a lead hazard setter, or it could be a sweeper, or it could be choice card, choice band, and kind of act as a breaker. Slowking is less offensive, however, Nasty Plot, Trick Room, that is quite powerful, and it could be a threatening way to sweep if I'm not prepared for it. Slowking could just lean into its defensive capabilities. Regenerator, very nice with Chilly Reception. Chilly Reception does set snow. Toast has used Weather Ball Raikou to get Bolt Beam, which was quite funny. But the bad thing is that it worked, and I might have to face it. Yeah, Slowking, just Water Psychic, decent defensive typing. It can pivot in and out, heal up. It's a good defensive Pokemon and slow pivot. Tinkaton, Fairy Steel, very good typing, especially defensively. Thunder Wave and Stealth Rocks, annoying. It's just like an annoying utility Pokemon. However, Swords Dance with the Gigaton Hammer can do a lot of damage. Hisuian Arcanine, a very threatening breaker. Doesn't really sweep. Could be like Howl, but its speed just isn't quite there for a sweeper. But Choice Banded Rockhead, Head Smashes, and Flare Blitzes without recoil are going to be very powerful. And I know them being difficult to switch into. Extreme Speed, also very good priority, but it also has the potential to be a Rocks setter. Raikou is the first Terra Captain. It's got Electric, Flying, and Water. It's quite good. Its speed tier is very high, right? 115 speed. It could go Specs. It could go, I guess technically Scarf. Could be like a Boots pivot. Could be Leftovers, Calm Mindset. Lots of potential in this Pokemon, but I don't expect it'll be too scary for my team, especially since I have the Raging Bolt. So next is Gengar. I used to have Gengar, then I traded it for Pecharunt, and God, I do kind of regret it here because in prep Gengar was just so annoying for me. Like Incineroar is good into Shadow Ball, but it's not good into Spec Sledge Wave, right? And then my Fortress can easily switch into Sledge Wave. It's immunity after all, and if it is Specs, it can't switch moves. But if it clicks Shadow Ball, then my Fortress gets destroyed. So it's a bit of a mind game. If it is Specs, if it's not Specs, then it's less annoying since I do have ways to take the hits and then threaten it. It's very frail, right? Also, this team has a decent bit of like rock setters, some spikes, and being able to block Rapid Spin with the Gengar will be quite annoying. Flamigo, Flank Fighting is a pretty strong offensive stab combo. However, that's like the main thing. I think it gets like Sword Dance. It could be Scarf. It could definitely be Scarf. I think that's the most realistic thing. Choice Band too, I suppose. But yeah, Scrappy is like pretty good because ghost types won't be able to resist the fighting type moves, and I think it gets U-turn. Yeah, so it does get U-turn. So of course, I think this is probably just gonna be scarfed if Toast does bring it. Just probably just does nice speed control. Shaman 100s in every stat, and also the second and last Terra Captain that Toast has, Fire, Fairy, and Grass. It's got good coverage. It can be defensive. 100 defense is pretty decent, especially when you have Synthesis. It has things like the Leech Seed. Seed Flare is also something that Shaman does have access to. 40% chance to drop special defense by 2 stages. So that pretty much just means that first hit does a decent bit. Second hit does 2 times more if Toast does land that 40% chance. Let's just look at what I brought right now. Okay, so this is my team. So as you guys can see, Expert Belt Cobalion with Flash Cannon, Body Press Volt Switch, Terra Blast, and Terra Fairy. This speed allows it to outspeed max speed Garchomp, a bunch of HP, and 80 defense with Expert Belt is enough to 1-hit KO Hisuian Arcanine, assuming it's not a bulky Hisuian Arcanine. It actually can't 1-hit KO without Expert Belt, and so pretty much this kind of coverage hits a lot of Toast's team for a lot of super effective damage. So getting the extra chip with Volt Switch, Body Press, Flash Cannon, and Terra Blast will be, of course, very nice. And Expert Belt is going to have a bit more offensive pressure against things like Garchomp and Terapagos. Right, so Terra Fairy, Cobalion, going to be my main answer to things like Garchomp, and of course the Urshifu Single Strike once I've terastallized. It's got really good physical bulk, of course, and just hits a lot of things that I want it to super effectively, which is nice. Next is Incineroar, Boots, Intimidate, pretty standard moveset. I can just get burns on things, pivot out, lower attack and special attack to just give me kind of to like lighten the amount of damage that my opponent will be able to deal with Pokemon. Knock off, good item removal. Flare Blitz, good stab damage. Max HP, max special defense. Of course, since I do want to be able to take Gengar Shadow Balls as much as possible. But yeah, pretty much just a standard set. Intimidate does cover a bit for the defense drops. However, we could blow crits through Intimidate drops, and it's weak. And Incineroar is weak to close combat anyway, so not only going to be a problem not having the physical defense. Right, Incineroar can switch into things like Tinkaton pretty decently, get the Wisp off, get the Parting Shot, but just a nice, especially defensive pivot. Fortress, physically defensive pivot, except my ABs aren't in defense. They're max attack with Brave. I'm sorry, what? Pretty much Gyro Ball. Gengar was very annoying. And this tech is pretty much exclusively for Gengar. It helps a bit with other things, but it's mostly there for Gengar because I have Rapid Spin. If my opponent brings hazards, they're not like Toast will bring hazards and will definitely try to keep them up. But when Toast does switch to Gengar, Gyro Ball hits it for a bunch of damage. If Toast forgets like min speed, their Slowking, then I will be able to get a slow Volt Switch, which is of course very nice. I Spikes just to set hazards, and Rapid Spin if I ever don't want hazards on my side. I am running Boots on a bunch of Pokemon though. However, not Tornadus, but yeah, not Tornadus, not Cobalion. But I just thought Rapid Spin would be nice to have. Next we have Gastrodon, Boots, Storm Drain, just a decent special wall. It resists both of Hisuian Arcanine stabs and can, of course, hit it for quad effective stab damage with Earth Power. Rocks, just because hazards are good. Yawn, I love Yawn. It's so annoying to deal with if you don't have a slow pivot. And like, it's very hard to slow pivot against Gastrodon too, because only 39 base speed, and it's immune to Volt Switch, right? It's very difficult. And if you don't switch out, then you do get put to sleep, right? So it's just nice because I can Yawn something, right, recover up any damage they do, then switch out to something on the guaranteed sleep turn, and I just get an easy switch in, right? And if they switch out, right, it's good for Terapagos, for example. I can Yawn it, then go to my Raging Bolt, which has Dragon Tail. Speaking of Raging Bolt, Volt Switch, Thunderclap, Draco Meteor, Dragon Tail. It was originally Assault Vest, but then hazards just annoyed me so much, even with Fortress, that I just ran especially defensive with Boots. Like, I cannot explain how much Gengar and Hazards were annoying in prep. It was really like the main problem I think my team had, so this kind of fixed it. Team feels pretty good now though, and I definitely do want to shout out Mozonite for helping me prep. Anyways, we haven't covered the last Pokemon, Tornadus Therian. So Scarf is just nice speed control. This also, of course, outspeeds Garchomp, 334. Garchomp hits 333. Right, so it'll outspeed at +1 from like a scale shot boost or something, and Bleak and Storm can do decent damage. Now, I am running mostly inaccurate moves. I know it's probably going to come back to bite me eventually, but hopefully it's not this game. Hopefully it's not any game, but I'll be honest, it probably will be this game. Anyways, just U-turn for pivoting and to heal up with the Regenerator ability. So that was my team. Now let's get into the battle. Okay, so we are in the game. Okay, seems like a pretty standard team. There is no Terra Captains on my opponent's side. I don't know if that's good or not, but whatever. Okay, so let's see. What can I lead? I think Cobalion could be a decent lead. Right, it hits like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It hits 5 out of 6 Pokemon for like. Wait, let me check. Does it actually like one hit KO stuff like Flamigo? Scarf Flamigo doesn't do that much. There's a 30% chance I want to KO Flamigo. Yeah, it should 2-hit KO Garchomp. Body Press. Oh, wait, no, that's wrong. Terapagos form. I swear, I'm going to mess up my Terapagos form, and it's going to cost me the game because my damage calcs will be all wacky. So it looks like I need 3 body presses for Cobalion to kill Terapagos. The first one will be with Terra Shell. The second one will drop it low, but it won't kill. And Urshifu, there's no way it lives Terra Blast Fairy. Yeah, does 168%. So I do think it's a pretty good lead. Beats everything except Gengar, and I will be able to figure out if it's like Scarf pretty quickly. I don't think there's any reason you'd lead Gengar anyway. So okay, they lead Gengar. I love my life. The one lead that okay, I mean I guess it is well played to my opponent, but whatever. I think I can switch in Incineroar, right? I suppose if it's a nasty plot, or it's not as if Incineroar is amazing into the rest of my opponent's team. Yes, Sludge Wave, if it's not Specs, does 30 to 36. Yeah, Focus Blast does 2-hit KO, but it's Focus Blast, so. Let's see. Oh, Substitute. Oh, that's interesting, but it's not Leftovers. I think could be an offensive item. Right, there's no way that Knockoff won't do enough. Oh, it goes for Focus Blast, it missed. Yeah. Yeah. There's a very low chance that you hit 2 anyways, and I only need to hit you twice with knockoff. I'll just go for yeah. Okay. Oh, it's Life Orb. Oh. Okay, well, I got rid of a big issue. Yeah, Cobalion is looking actually really strong here. I don't think there's any. I mean, Tropicos could want to KO it, I guess. Alright, I'll go for knockoff. Just to break Terra Shell, get a little bit chip, and remove the item. Of course, it could just click like Starstorm. Oh, it's Meteor Beam. Okay, that's interesting. So, I don't have to worry about items anymore, but that doesn't really matter. So Terra Shell is up, which is annoying. I assume you probably have like Rock Polish, right? There's no way Raging Bolt doesn't die. Something like a Earth, because like I think you'd be like Meteor Beam, Rock Polish, or Rapid Spin with Earth Power. Yeah, +1 Earth Power doesn't even have a guaranteed chance to do a KO. I think Dragon Tail is a decent play. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Let's go for Dragon Tail. So, okay, yeah. And I hit it. Okay, Terra Shell is broken, and you don't have Meteor Beam anymore. So, I guess does Flamigo even kill me from here? So Dragon Tail works out great, which is amazing. Can Flamigo kill? There's no way Close Combat doesn't kill, I think. Yeah, because they don't have physical bulk. Scarf Close Combat, it has a technical to KO. Yeah, Thunderclap will kill. Could you? Is it the end of the world if I don't? If you kill me, I'll just drop a Draco. Wait, is it fine if I drop a Draco? I don't want to let. Okay, so my options are like. So you could. I think Draco is a decent mid ground play. It doesn't guaranteed kill because I don't have any investment. Only a 12.5%. But I do think that U-turn can just. I can just click it and it works. Do I need Raging Bolt? Because like I don't want to lose Raging Bolt, but I also don't want to like give something a free switch in, especially since I haven't translated my Cobalion, so it doesn't deal with Garchomp well. Alright, so I think Draco's just better, yeah. So it's taken a lot of damage. Actually, so Starstorm did 56. I assume that's max special attack, but you always check just in case. Terrestrial form. Okay, yeah, that was actually a max roll on Starstorm, I think, which is cool, I guess. Yeah, my Tornadus doesn't outspeed it if it's like max speed, Rock Polish, but if it's Rapid Spin, then I can outspeed. Should I Volt Switch or just Dragon Tail again? I think I'll just go for Volt Switch on the Rapid Spin. Okay. Can I bring in... Tornado does not kill with the U-turn, but it does kill with Bleak Wind. I take a lot from Starstorm, but I don't die. So what are my options? I could go Fortress and click Gyro. I'm pretty sure that would kill. What would come in then? I assume Arcanine. Gastrodon probably takes it, but won't have a lot of HP left. Then Garchomp could Scale Shot, which would be annoying. Tornadus brings in... Tornadus isn't very consistent, but I do want to keep HP on Fortress, so I'm just going to go Tornadus, click Bleak Wind. If I miss, I miss. It's 80%. Like, 80% is, like, high enough. 80%. Yes, let's go. 80% is high enough. Okay, so I've dealt with 2 huge threats already, but there's still a lot of huge threats to go. This is definitely like a hyper offensive team. I definitely want to switch out, I think. Right? I guess I can learn if it's choice by switching in Gastrodon. Alright, because there's not much else, so... Sunny Day? That's interesting. Don't tell me this has... I swear, this is like Sunny Day, Solar Beam, Hisuian Arcanine. Do you have... It does have Solar Beam. Will it... No, there's no way it kills Gastrodon. I refuse to believe that it kills Gastrodon. I refuse to believe there's anything that you can do to actually threaten Gastrodon with a 1-hit KO. I refuse. It's Solar Beam, okay. But it doesn't kill. Right? And I 1-hit KO it. See? Gastrodon, my goat. So, I think it's doing decently. It's doing decently. I think Toast was expecting that she could, like, 2-hit KO Gastrodon, and because of the sun, Surf wouldn't want to KO. I suppose I'll just yawn. I don't think it's very useful. This just covers for a lot of stuff. But yeah. Toast obviously thought it would do more, but... Oh, Trailblaze? That's interesting. Cobalion should take it? Because it's clearly not banded, right? Which means I bet it's Swords Dance. So it doesn't really threaten with anything. It does get Poison Jab and Iron Head. Yeah, it doesn't even 2-hit KO with those. Like, Max Attack Adam Urshifu doesn't even 2-hit KO Terra Fairy Cobalion. So I'll just go for Terra Blast Fairy because it super effectively threatens everything. Yeah, so I guess just Terra Blast. Right, you have 0 switch-ins to this. I just click Terra Fairy, Terra Blast, even if you predict it and go for like... I think Iron Head Flinch would definitely be annoying. Yeah, you just click Trailblaze. That does literally nothing. Is it Sash? No, it's not Sash. So I just want to KO it. Okay. This game is going way better than I thought it would. So, Flamigo? Is this just like a sweep? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Not a very good chance to KO. Yeah, Toast thinks I have Scarf and AV on every Pokemon. I have 0 Assault Vest Pokemon and 1 Scarf. I think I want to preserve Cobalion's HP. I can switch into... Does Tornadus take like a Choice Banded? I don't think it does. Yeah. It when it KOs my Torn. Does Bolt live from this range? Eh. Maybe. I'll just switch it in. Yeah, it's okay. That did. I think that's Scarfed. Scarfed is 21 to 25. Is it Sharkbeak then? Because it could be Sharkbeak. I could Thunderclap. Probably wouldn't be that bad. Let's see. Yeah, just kill. Oh, I have Photosynthesis. That's nice. Oh. Okay, yeah. Toast misses Scale Shot. They called it too. It doesn't matter. Yeah, there's a Cobalion, there's a Scarf Tornadus. Yeah, okay, well, GG's Toast. Week 2, I'll be against Ruben Pace. I lost because I kind of threw really hard in my last game against Ruben Pace, but hopefully that doesn't happen as much next time. Anyways, yeah, that's the game. It was really... Toast had like the most insanely offensive team ever. Like literally every Pokemon was like offensive. She had like no defensive Pokemon whatsoever. All right, I'm just looking through the game, and yeah, like Toast had no defensive presence whatsoever, and so I definitely feel like my defense was able to just do enough damage because Toast had no defense, you know, right? Bulky, everything was bulky except Tornadus. Like this Raging Bolt has 0 special attack, and she probably has like 4 special attack, but whatever. It's crazy that Fortress had way more offensive EVs than Raging Bolt. But anyways, that was Playoffs Week 1 versus Toast. It was a good game. That was the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, subscribing and liking, best way to show it. And if you did like this video, then I'm sure you'll like my other videos. Anyways, with that said, bye.